Dialogues define careers. Fortunately for legendary actors like Amitabh Bachchan, Shashi Kapoor, or even Shah Rukh Khan, they have got iconic, immortal dialogues to justify their legacy in the industry. Unlike the ones I'm going to talk about here today. So, upon subjecting myself to a fucking insane amount of torture, I finally made a list of the 5 most ridiculous Bollywood dialogues of all time. While it would be perfectly reasonable to put Tiger's entire career on this list, we will have to narrow it down to one single verbal diarrhea to make this video watchable. Now, it is beyond dispute that his father Jackie Shroff established himself as one of the finest actors in Bollywood during the early 90s with a serious masculine persona and a natural charisma to him which rendered him genuinely attractive to the audiences. And Tiger Shroff is doing a fucking fantastic job in keeping his father's legacy alive. Isn't that right, Tiger? Isn't that fucking right? Anyway, his verbal crimes in his short spanning 3-year career are innumerable. But it's the legacy dismantling dialogue from his debut film that takes the cake and also prepares us for the horror we're about to experience in the future.
हीरोपंती करेगा क्या करूं यार सबको आती नहीं मेरी जाती नहीं.
Moving on to one of the best crime films of the century. Gangsters are fucking badass. Well, at least most of the times. Sometimes, unfortunately, like in this case, they manage to look terrible, ridiculous, cringy, and outright stupid all at once. Gunda, which to the utter shock and dismay of any person with a working brain happens to be one of the highest rated Bollywood movies on IMDb at 8.1. It boasts of a star-studded cast of neuron-deficient villains led by the one and only Bulla, whose iconic catchphrase wins him a solid place in this list.
मेरा नाम है बुल्ला, रखता हूँ खुल्ला. मेरा नाम है बुल्ला, मैं रखता हूँ हमेशा खुल्ला, ला, ला, ला.
Now I really don't know how to describe this without sounding like the most perverted person on the planet, so I'll just say this. Fardeen Khan's debut movie, chiefly centered around physical intimacy, reaches a point where the girl explicitly asks him for it in the most bizarre manner known to mankind. Asking for what, you may ask? Asking for it. Y2J replies,
सूरज, मुझे वो हसीन दर्द दे दो जिसे आज के बाद मैं किसी दूसरे के साथ ना बांट सकूं.
And speaking of low-quality erotic comedy manifesting itself as a cancerous dialogue to remember for the ages, on number 2 we have the greatest proposal of all time. So you got a girl in your mind you have a crush on, have genuine feelings for, but just don't know how to propose. You feel as if you have a lot to say to her, but fail to give words to your thoughts every single time you meet her. Well, you're at the right place to discover the recipe for guaranteed success. Just emulate the following dialogue and you, my friend, are bound to succeed.
मेरे मन में एक बात आई है. शिव जी की कृपा हुई तो एक दिन फूल सरी का एक छोटा सा लल्ला होगा मेरा कमोजी. आप मेरे उस लल्ले की मां बनेगी. आप एक ही लल्ले की बात सुनकर फिक्र में मत पड़िए कमोजी. अगर शिवजी ने चाहा तो यहाँ लल्लों की लाइन लग जाएगी जी.
And number 1, Himesh Reshammia's millionth attempt at cinema. Himesh Reshammia. Contrary to popular belief, Himesh did not always look like a steroid-injected wannabe movie star douchebag. In the early 2000s, he found substantial fame through numerous blockbuster songs, which of course were further enhanced by Imran Hashmi's exquisite lip-syncing. But then, he decided to pursue acting. And to everyone's surprise, his debut movie Aapka Surur, despite being the kind of movie America uses to torture its prisoners in Guantanamo Bay, proved to be a sleeper hit. But inevitably, reality kicked the one-hit wonder super hard in the nuts, and with god-awful movies like Man Ka Radio, Kajrare, and Karz, it was painfully clear that acting was not his forte. And none of the things he said on camera solidifies this theory better than this.
खून खराबे से मैं भी नहीं डरता.
तेरे शरीर में इतना खून नहीं होगा जितना रवि कुमार एक बार में मूत देता है.
And that's the list, people. Hope you found it enjoyable. Don't forget to like, share, and of course subscribe. Thanks for watching.